Seven rings a bell. I'm not sure if it's correct or not, but it
I
sounds
think
familiar.
where you might be thinking there is where we dumped in then cost for the legal and stuff. Might have been budgeting around $9,500. I think it was 7,000 for the officer and 2,500 for any legal and enforcement costs.
Okay. So $7,000 then. We'll
Her
use that.
salary, yes, her salary would have been that, yes.
Okay, so, and how much of that did we offset then? In this past year?
In terms of how we,
I thought-
by the actual.
Right, in other words, what we had to pay out of the treasury to cover the zoning permits that we did between the $10 and the $75 the code administrator was charging. I thought at the time when we discussed that, it was about 2,000 and change.
Yeah, I don't, yeah, still can't do that.
Well, let's assume for the sake of argument, it was $2,500. Because we know it wasn't 7,000.
Correct.
Wasn't so. It wasn't 5.
So what we solved in the past year from this foray into having a zoning code is that we netted the borough $4,500.
There's these would be the two numbers you're looking at. 3,800, so like $5,200 versus the 7,000.
Okay, so we're still ahead of the game, $1,800.
Right.
So,
But what you don't know there is the revenue on the permits to offset that expenditure.
we're talking about what the zoning officer would have done here. The cost of the zoning officer, between the $10 and the $75 fee, the $65 offset, that's what I'm talking about right here, right now.
What is a $10 fee and what is a $75?
Our zoning fee was $10 for the past year. Zoning, whatever that is.
Your zoning, it was $10 application fee.
Zoning permit, $10 application fee, yes.
And then $5 for each $1,000 of construction costs.
Right. Right. So let's focus on the $10 for a minute. Because we have a direct correlation here. This new number is now $95.
Right.
That's an $85 difference.
No, it's not, because you don't get a permit for $10. You only apply, and that's something I wanted to mention to Borough Council. The way that yellow highlight is worded, John Kleinitz was a proponent of, when you have somebody apply for a permit, they're causing the borough expense and costs right up front. So therefore, John Kleinitz was a proponent of, there should be a charge initially when you drop off the application. Then, when the permitting process is finished and the permit is issued, then when you come in, there's a charge that was based on the green highlight, the fact you've already paid the 10 to apply, and you've cost, you've sent, you've created work in the office. That's what the $10 is there for. But then when you pick the permit up, it was a $5 per $1,000 construction cost previously. And that's what I'm saying. The yellow is actually, in some cases, less. And it does not cover the recommendation of the borough engineer that you have a application fee.
Let's not get off into the tall weeds here. Let's approach this from a different angle. Harry and Harriet homeowner, like most Americans, have too much stuff. And they want to put a shed in the yard. Prior to zoning, they come down to the borough, pay $25, get a permit, put a shed in the yard, they're done. $25. When I first came here.
Okay.
Post zoning, we started racking up the fees. To this point now, with the zoning code that we have adopted here, that does not have zero lot lines, if Harry and Harriet's homeowner's lot is 25 feet wide, and they're trying to put a 10 by 12 foot shed in, they're gonna incur a zoning hearing, because they're gonna have to get a variance now.
That's their choice.
That's true.
Okay? Right? So, let's see how much it's gonna cost for this $500 shed now. So, we're gonna have to have the zoning permit application fee, which is $95. We're gonna have to have a hearing, which is $375. Now, we're also gonna have to have a building permit for the foundation and inspection.
Not for a shed,
You put it on a permit, if you build a foundation, you're gonna need a permit.
not if it's under 1,000 square feet, I think it is.
Now, that's your stormwater.
No, it's your building code.
All right, we'll set that aside for a minute. We're gonna build this stick built, this shed.
No,
So-
but if it's under 1,000 square feet, there's no building permit involved. For an accessory building.
Well, they're gonna pay they would have paid the $375 whether we had a zoning officer or.
I understand,
That's sort of a wash.
going for a bigger problem here, okay? Then we have to have a stormwater permit now,
Mhm.
even if it's under 1,000 square feet, $50, plus $50 if we happen to be in a floodplain. And then we have to have an engineering fee, of course, possibly to consult on that their stormwater permit, that's $107 an hour.
Is the stormwater permit new or is that existing?
Oh, that's new.
It's not yellow though.
No, it's been
I mean, it's here, it's been here since last year, but it's new since I've been here. So, including the basic permit of $60 something inspection, because that's what I calculated on here. This $500 shed is gonna cost you $687 to $807 in fees to put your shed in your backyard.
There's only one person out there that's gone through that mess. And that
Well, it's
person-
interesting that you say that, because how much do we really need zoning? When it comes right down to
That's a
it,
different discussion. If you want to debate revocation of the zoning ordinance, that's not what this is about. You have a zoning ordinance. Now you're just discussing what's it costing the citizens to.
Right. right,
If you're a proponent of
I'm proposing to get rid of the
revoking zoning.
You bet. But in lieu of that, this business is going from a $10 and then a calculated fee, because your zoning on that shed, under the previous thing, would be $10 and $5 per thousand, your shed only costs $500, so $5.
The question is, what would
15
you
bucks.
like it to be, Borough Council?
$15. And that was still ridiculous, but at least reasonable.
No, again, there's any number of ways. This was put in here because this is what it seemed like Borough Council directed to have done.
Not all borough councils.
So,
Maybe codes administrator charge. You're just trying to recover what you're being, what the borough's being.
my goodness, there's nowhere that I go that I'm paying in my business $95 for a zoning permit. If I was doing that, that would be terrific. But that doesn't happen anywhere else.
I don't live anywhere else, I live here.
I understand, so you get to make the cost of the fee. Go ahead and make it. I don't care.
I don't like this, I'm not voting for it, so.
Understand that what's yellow is less expensive than what you currently have in a lot of cases.
You know, not in the case of what mostly gets done here. In the case of
Well, then make
building an auto place, sure.
make it what you would
And,
like.
and I'm not saying that there isn't money that's spent expanding the auto dealer.